All right, thank you to our candidates for being here, and thank you to our audience for showing up and submitting questions. Again, like Steve said, if you have questions during the forum or something reminds you of a question, feel free to bring it up here to Hannah and she'll hand it to me. So we are going to go ahead and start off with our introductions. Gentlemen, you'll each get 2 minutes. We'll start with Mayor Wheeler.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming tonight. So my name is Ritch Wheeler. I am the mayor here in the city of Shenandoah. You may want to turn that off. That's $25, by the way. So to give you a little background on me, I am a graduate of Baylor University. I also was formerly in the United States Navy. About 12 years ago, I started working for the company I work for now, which is American Financial and Automotive Services. Shortly after working for the company, I met my wife, Laura, who's sitting over here to my right and y'all's left. And we were both living in Midtown at the time, and she did what most wives do and say, you good?
Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties.
It's okay.
Pull the switch on the side.
And that's when she said we're moving to the Woodlands. So that's what we did. We moved to the Woodlands, and so we moved to the Woodlands a little over 9 years ago when we got married. We lived there for a couple of years, and then we moved to Shenandoah right at 7 years ago when we realized we were going to start a family, and we realized that Shenandoah was where we wanted to do that. So we have 2 boys, 1 7, 1 5.5, and we've lived here in the city for about 7 years. I started off actually doing the Civic Club newsletter. From there, I was co-chairman of the Civic Club. Former Mayor Wes Stevens asked me to be on the Planning and Zoning Board, and next thing you know, I ended up being mayor in 2016. We love the city of Shenandoah. It's a great place to live. It's a great city. We don't have any problems. We have opportunities. And so one of the things that we decided right off the bat we wanted to help out with was economic development. We want to see the city grow in the way that we would like to raise a family. The quality of life, we would like to continue to see the type of community where we provide quality of life for our residents that we do, whether it be the Easter egg hunt or the lighting of the angels. And then you know, the other thing that we have to worry about in this area is traffic and mobility. So that's been a big focus of mine as well over the last year. So we've enjoyed the last 2 years. We've done a lot of good things. The city's in a great spot. We have some big items on the table, and we're asking for a chance to keep working for you and see those through. So again, my name is Ritch Wheeler. I appreciate your vote for re-election as mayor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Henson. Your opening remarks, please.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I want to thank the Voter Awareness Council and Community Impact for assisting us in this effort. You know, I've been a resident a long time in this city and raised my 5 children here. It has been a pleasure to live here. It's been a great experience. Obviously, life has its ups and downs. I've certainly had my share. But I'm a veteran, former pastor, former 6-year City of Shenandoah council member. I wanted to run for mayor for a lot of reasons, but I want to sum it up in simply saying, I believe there is a need, there's an increasing for leadership, for strong leadership. There's been a lack of it, I believe, over the last 2 years. I witnessed the exodus of senior management staff over the past 12 months, and it concerns me. Our city has accomplished much over the last 31 years that I've lived here. Previous councils have provided such good models and laid foundations and accomplished at least the background, the foundation for what we have today. We've progressed our city forward to be what it has become, a great small city that offers an excellent quality of life, unequaled by most cities our size. I want to continue that success and help lead this community to new heights and even greater successes and accomplishments. Having served 3 previous terms on council, I can provide not only a historical perspective, but also background knowledge to help understand and lead this city. I believe openness and transparency are very important in city government. I would say that I'm a mortgage banker by trade, and I'm on the downhill side of that. so I'm semi-retired. I believe I have the time and the energy to give to this city, and I desire to promote a pro-growth vision that will benefit all residents and unite us together. Businesses are important, and residents are more important. Thank you.
Just 2 minutes, thank you. All right, gentlemen, we're going to start off with my questions from that been put together by me and our editorial board at Community Impact Paper, and then I'll let you know when we've transitioned into our residents' questions. So we are going to start off with Mr. Wheeler. You'll have a chance to respond, and then Mr. Henson, you'll have a chance to respond, and then on the next question, we'll start off with Mr. Henson, and then Mr. Wheeler, you'll have a chance to respond. Okay. So our first question is, in your opinion, why is transparency in government important, and what changes would you make, if any, to improve transparency?
Well, transparency in government is important because we serve.
I'm sorry.
So, no, that's okay. We can take it outside if we need to. Maybe everybody will check theirs while they're at it. So, transparency in government is important because we are not elected to make decisions. We are elected to represent the people. Now, oftentimes when representing the people, you end up making a decision based on what you think the people need or want from that input from them, right? So the only way you can do that is if you're transparent with the way your processes are working and you're getting a lot of feedback back and forth from residents. You have to be able to do things out in the open so that they can understand the process. If they understand the process, they're more likely to give you those responses and that feedback that you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, as an elected official, all you're really trying to do, if you're doing what you should be doing, is you're being a conduit for the people's voice. You're sort of funneling what you think and what you feel like that majority decision is, and that's the decision that you make. So what would I do to increase that? The same thing that I've done over the last 2 years. I have an open book policy and open door policy. There's nothing you can't ask me. There's nothing that I try to hide. I know the rumor mills are the secret meetings and the TOMA violations. We can go down that path if we need to. The reality of it is there has never been a TOMA violation in the last 2 years in this city. I don't know previous to that, but since I've been here, there hasn't been. And anytime anybody wanted to meet with me, without fail, they have had that opportunity. To the point that Mr. Henson, 3 days after he filed to run against me, asked me if I'd go have coffee with him. I went and had coffee with him because he's a resident. And that's what I do. I go meet with residents, I get their input, I get their feedback, so that when we're up here on this dais, we can make the decisions that y'all want us to make that's what's best for you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Henson, your response.
Yes, of course. I might add that actually I made that request before I filed for city office, and I let you know that I had filed and we decided to meet anyway. I've been asking for that meeting for over 8 months, so it took over 8 months, 9 months for the mayor to even give me a chance to have a cup of coffee with him. Transparency is important for many reasons. Number one, it's public. It's for the public. The government is set up to serve the people, and so people need to know what's going on in their city government. It's their taxes that run the city, and they need to know. It's also a state law that we must be transparent. We must be open. He brought up the TOMA, the Texas Open Meetings Act, and the supposedly non-violations for the last 2 years. And I'm going to tell you, according to the laws of the state of Texas, they have, and I have 3 notices of violations I could show you right now. They're notices that did not have time, did not have dates, and did not have subjects. So, it's not always that you get in trouble when you do that. It's really up to the city government. And I would appreciate not only that you would keep wagging your finger at me, would stop. It's very distracting, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm going to ask you to not point at our audience members. Thank you. You can continue with your response. Unless you would like to remain the listener.
Well, according to the newspaper, the Golden Hammer himself addressed secretive meetings with the city of Shenandoah. He addressed meeting notices that were posted, and so did the villager, the Woodlands villager. So regardless of what the mayor is saying, there's proof of them, and it's been in the newspaper many times over the last 12 months. Thank you.
So, well, let's address those. So they weren't secret meetings. They were council members coming to meet with the city attorney at different time periods because the only day he's up here is on a Friday. So just like we've done in many years in the past, and we've documented all of this, the city staff, just to make sure that we were being overly transparent, posted a notice of a potential quorum. Not that we were having a meeting, that there was a potential quorum, because there might be more than one city council member up here roaming the hallways at one time. So of course, the potential quorum notice was not done correctly because there was not a time and date on there. But it was not a secret meeting. There were no meetings that weren't posted, and there were no meetings that we didn't post properly. What it was a potential quorum notice that wasn't posted properly. Just like it has been done, by the way, in the city for like the last 10 years that we've researched.